I didn't achieve anything this year. I mean, I graduated college with a bullshit art degree, so nothing useful. I worked and worked. Haven't been able to escape this small town. I hate it here. Nothing has been going my way. Doctor appointment after doctor appointment. Can't find a girlfriend or a better job. My friends are always too busy to see me. No reason for me to stay here.
Negativity brings negativity.
I wouldn't say I'm being negative. It's just what it is in my life right now. Going through the motions, I guess.
What's stopping you from changing things?
Well, if I wanted to move, I'd have to find a roommate.
There's no one you can call? No one who knows someone?
Living with a stranger seems like a bad idea.
Okay. What is it that you want out of life? What are your goals? 10 years from now, where are you?
Happy. In a perfect world, I'd be happy. I wasn't always this unhappy. I ask myself every now and again, where did things go wrong? Probably when my high school sweetheart broke up with me. Just haven't been the same since. I mean, I'm a better person now, don't get me wrong. Out the door, the bad things went, but so did the good. The world makes me angry.
Why is that?
Climate change, homelessness, human trafficking, murder, rape. Just feels like we weren't designed to care about each other, and all we can do is look away so that the bad guys can run the world. We had so much potential in what we could have achieved. In the history of the universe, we will go down as the ones that almost had it, but never got there.
You don't think that there's any time left?
All my friends are getting married, having kids, a home. That should be Jamie and I. Would you believe me if I told you the universe speaks to me?
I suppose it doesn't matter what I think, just how you feel.
Obviously, not everything goes my way and it doesn't respond all the time, but every once in a while, when I'm paying attention, it gives me signs.
And what do these signs tell you?
Different things depending on the occasion. Don't think they've led me astray yet. I know it sounds crazy, but I feel it. Recently, I've been struggling with reconciling with the past. The universe keeps telling me to let go, but it's hard. I feel too deeply.
What reasons do you think the universe is telling you to let go?
Well, my theory is while it's nice to want to fix things, looking back won't help you go forward.
I think you can't let go of the past because you can't forgive yourself. How could you ever live in the present when you're too focused on what could have been?
Great question, Doc. I don't know.
Well, let's start with one at a time. What things can't you let go?
I want things to change, but I don't know what to do about it. Universe, speak to me. What is it I need to do? Maybe I'm crazy, but you've been helpful before. I know you have the answers. You know, oatmeal is kinda like my life. Mundane and tasteless.
Isn't work kind of exciting?
If you consider dealing with Karen's exciting.
All year you've done nothing but complain, and yet you won't do anything about it.
Every time I decide what to do, it blows up in my face. Why bother at this rate?
If you think like that, you'll never amount to anything in your life.
I'm lost.
Yeah, and what worries me is that for the first time, you haven't had things figured out.
Happens to the best of us.
If it happens to the best of us, what does that say for the rest of us?
That even the best are human and can't escape the inevitable.
Allow yourself to feel, but make sure to get back on your feet when you're done.
Oh, how you've grown. Where did the years go?
You'll find that the things you were looking for are right under your nose. That's why you can never find them.
My therapist says I should just start calling everyone I know and find out if someone knows someone looking for a roommate.
I mean, that's a good step one.
Tedious.
Better than nothing.
I guess I'll do that today.
It'll be okay. Just one call at a time.
Hello? Hey.
What are you up to?
Oh, just hanging out.
You should come over.
Well, I have some things I gotta do today, but I was actually calling to see if you knew anyone who needed a roommate, preferably somewhere not here.
I don't, but if I do, I'll let you know.
Thanks. Well, I'll talk to you later.
Sounds good. Bye.
Hello.
Hey.
What do you want?
Well, do you know anyone who needs a roommate?
Depends.
Anyone maybe wants to move a couple hours away from here?
Oh, that's cute. That's funny. That's no, I don't.
I guess I'll call Matt, see what.
Well, he just renewed his contract, so good luck with that one.
Alright.
You're gonna be shit out of luck if you try and get him to move now.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Hey, can't talk on the phone right now. Leave me a message and I'll get back to you.
Who could I call that I'd be okay with being roommates with? Anyone I haven't talked to in a while? Sam.
Hey,
Hey, how's it going?
I'm okay. Glad you called. I was gonna call you tomorrow, actually. How are you?
Good, I'm good. What have you been up to?
Staying busy, I guess. You?
Oh, I've just been doing the usual, nothing special. I've been trying to move, actually.
Oh, yeah? Where at?
Nowhere specific, I guess. Just anywhere not here.
How's that going?
Well, it's actually why I called. I mean, not that I wouldn't call to like say hello, but I just need a roommate, and I was thinking who would I be okay with living with, and so I've been calling everyone on that list.
I see.
Yeah, just putting it out there. It's just a thought.
Well, you know I'd love to.
But
I'm dying.
what?
I was gonna call you tomorrow. Couple months, maybe.
What? When did what?
Few days ago. Had the test done. Not looking good.
Well, what do you mean not looking good? You know how doctors are. Feels like they're always messing up tests.
Ben,
Don't they have treatments?
I'm not gonna take any treatments. Not worth the few extra weeks it'd get me.
Okay. Okay.
You're my oldest friend. I want you to go with me on vacation around the world.
Sounds expensive.
Don't worry about it. You in?
Yeah. When?
A week from today. I'll book everything. Do what you need to do. I'll come to you.
You sure you're okay?
Never been better.
I'd never seen her so down. Even to this day, I don't think I can comprehend what happened. But nonetheless, I had to get ready for their arrival. Hey.
What do you want?
I know it's super soon, but I need some time off for a while starting next week.
For how long?
Few weeks, maybe months. I honestly don't know.
So you're quitting,
No, after this trip, I want to come back.
but you don't know how long that's going to be.
No.
Do you think I look like an idiot? I need you here.
My friend is dying. I need to be with them.
Sorry.
You know what? I'm out of here.
Come back here. I need you.
Hey there, how can I help you?
Yeah, hey, I'm going out of town for a while, but I want to make sure my cards are good to go.
Are you traveling outside of the United States?
I think so.
Do you need a globe or something to make sure?
No, I know geography. It's actually a surprise. I don't know where my friend is taking me. Sounds dumb, I know. But can you just say everywhere and call it good?
Sure. How long will you be gone for?
Um, how am I supposed to pack? I don't even know what I'm packing for.
Just pack a little bit of everything.
I only have so much space.
Give your friend a call.
They won't answer.
Bit weird, don't you think?
This whole thing is weird. I understand. I'm sure if I was going through the same thing.
Yeah, speaking of, I'm not sure you understand the weight of what's happening.
I understand.
This is the last time you'll ever see your best friend.
I know.
You're gonna spend the next 60 to 70 years without your best friend.
I know.
You need to make sure you take it all in. Be present.
I am present.
I know you well enough that you've never been in the present your whole life.
I don't know how to fix that. I don't have the time to.
Allow yourself to feel what you need to. Don't push it away.
Couldn't have happened to a better person. So many bad people go through life without a scratch. I guess that's why life sucks. The best of us go too soon and the worst stay too long.
So make the best of it. Look, it sucks that it's happening to you. To them. But you gotta roll with the punches. For your friend's sake. Be there. Be happy. Love.
What am I gonna do without them?
Live. Because you have to. Because they would want you to. Because they couldn't.
Oh boy. I need your help.
What's going on?
My best friend is dying, and we're going on one last trip together. I don't know how to emotionally handle this. What do I say? I'm lost. Imagine me without them. Next time you see me, I'll probably be a train wreck.
You should make clear goals with your friend about what you want to achieve on this trip.
Achieve?
Yes, tying up loose ends. Ask the question you were always scared to ask. Tell the stories you haven't heard in so long. That sort of thing.
Watching movies that we've seen before. You hold on to me for dear life. Feel the light in you start to fade.
Come in.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Dear friend, how I've missed you.
Sorry it wasn't over better circumstances.
I'll take what I can get.
How are you?
Okay, given the circumstances.
When do we leave?
The morning. Sorry I haven't returned your calls. I've been trying to squeeze in everyone I can.
Did you get to see everyone you wanted?
No, but I saw everyone who wanted to see me.
I honestly don't know what to do or what to say.
For the night, let's just pretend it's like old times.
But it's not like old times.
It's the closest we'll ever get again.
Sam, you can't just say things like that.
Just the reality of the situation. No sugarcoating it.
If you want to put your bag upstairs, I'll grab dinner out of the oven.
Where's Janie?
We broke up
What? When?
last week.
Why?
She wouldn't tell me.
I could have swore she was the one for you.
Yeah, you and me both.
Shame. I was looking forward to seeing her tonight.
I don't see why you couldn't.
Well,
I don't think she hates me. Even if she did, I'm sure she'd want to see you, especially given the circumstances. I can take you over there after dinner.
thanks.
Why me?
You're my best friend. There's no one else I'd want to spend my time with.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather be out at a party?
You need to loosen up.
Sorry, it's just this all feels jarring, like...
A fever dream? Yeah, trust me, I know. You'll look back on it fondly.
I'm not really concerned with future me at the moment. At least, I shouldn't be.
Problem has never been where your view is. Your problem has been not knowing how to balance it.
Everyone knows what's best for me, except me. That it?
Just the nature of things. You don't look at yourself from an outside point of view.
Doesn't mean people know better.
No, but maybe you can filter out the advice and see what sticks.
Everyone treats me like a child.
To most older than you, you are. Nothing about fairness. Is what it is.
I don't remember you being so go with the flow.
Don't think I have a choice otherwise.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I don't know, but I didn't.
So explain to me the details. Tomorrow, we get on a plane.
Red eye to London.
We always talked about going there, didn't we?
Then we will go to Hawaii because I need to be somewhere warm. And then we will go to Mexico because what the hell? We'll be right there.
Then we come home. Then what?
I'll go home.
And that'll be that?
Yeah, my sister will give you a call.
Yeah. I'll just wait here until you're ready.
See you soon.
Everything go okay?
Yeah, it was good to see her.
Did she mention?
Didn't ask.
Well, good. I'm glad it worked out.
She doesn't hate you.
What?
She doesn't hate you. Weird how we used to have sleepovers all the time. Just kind of faded away.
Well, to be fair, you did move.
Where do you want me?
Come here. I need to hold you while I can.
So much I didn't get to do.
I know. Maybe we can do some of it on our trip.
Wanted a job I loved. I wanted a home. I wanted a partner, a child. The tangibility of love. I wanted to learn new skills, show my art to the world. I wanted to feel normal.
You are normal.
Will you still remember me when you're old?
How could I ever forget you?
It's a shame it's a pain in the ass to fly.
Did you at least get us first class?
Yeah.
Well, that'll be nice. Maybe we can sleep.
Last night was the first time I was able to sleep in a while. When you know things are ending, you kind of stay awake. Take the night hours in. We sleep because we expect to wake up in the morning. I'm scared that if I go to bed, I won't wake up. Flirting with death every night. What?
The queen is dead. Nice place you got.
We should make a plan of what we want to do here.
No, I think you should make a plan of what you want to do.
Well, I did want to see Buckingham Palace, but that might be hard to do. I don't know. I think I just want to walk around the streets of London and whatever I see. Actually, today, once we settle in, I was thinking of going to Stonehenge.
Oh yeah, that sounds good to me.
I'll go find out how to rent a car.
What's so appealing about this place anyway? Just a bunch of stones.
Its main purpose, while not 100% confirmed, is that it was designed to be a graveyard.
Huh. Might be convenient for you to die here. You'd fit right in.
You know, it took a lot of effort to make something so well designed. Years ago, people just like us stood here. All those memories right here. The only thing tangible about them is this structure. And one day, when we're long gone, someone will come to this exact spot, our memory, all kept in the walls of the stone, and they'll think of all the people that have come here. And for that moment, just a spark, I'll be alive again. And so will you.
Sounds kind of depressing.
We've been given the gift of life. Our energy is borrowed. But I can stand here and say, yes, indeed, I did live a little. I saw this. Most creatures in the universe never will.
You talk like you're already dead.
We're all dead men walking the day we're born. Mortals doomed to die. Hoping for the chance to experience something to make it all feel worth it.
You're gonna give me a panic attack.
You'll be fine.
Definitely don't feel fine.
Breathe. Breathe.
I don't think we exchanged words the whole ride home. They were happy as happy could be. For me, reality was setting in.
You should get some sleep. We're going to London tomorrow.
I feel like shit. Like I can't breathe.
Hang in there for me.
Yeah. Please don't tell me we're going in there.
It's on the way to the train station. I mean, look at it. Absolutely stunning. I've never felt so comfortable in a church before.
I didn't realize you had ever been in a church before.
I do hope there is an afterlife so I can see all of you again. I'll most certainly be waiting.
Yeah. I suppose that'd be nice.
I got pretty lucky. Everyone was okay with me being gay. No old family members getting on my case. It's a shame religion and being queer go hand in hand.
Do they?
People usually mention them in the same sentence. Like I said, I can't complain.
Afraid you're going to hell?
No? Should I be?
You? Most definitely. You were quite mischievous in your younger days.
I'm still in my younger days. Those are the moments to live for. The ones where you forget how bad things are. Is it too late to be redeemed?
Is there something you want to confess? Alright, following your lead.
Alright, let's see what's in here. Wow, some nice sculptures and carvings.
I thought this was the British Museum.
It is the British Museum.
There's nothing British about it, except for maybe having artifacts the Brits stole. That'd be a British thing to do.
Yeah, well, we don't fall too far from the tree.
Ah,
World history in one building. Can't get better than that.
this place is like a maze.
Ooh, this room looks interesting.
What the hell? Is that real?
Probably.
Imagine dying just for your body to be put on display till the end of time.
The second purpose.
What? What are you talking about?
The idea of your body being put to use after you're dead. In this case, a display, but could be, I don't know, for eating or...
Time out. You're gonna stop you right there. I don't want to know nothing about second purposing.
Right. Next room it is.
Oh, lovely. Caskets and tombs. My life rarely feels like a comedy, but boy, oh boy, does this take the cake.
It's cool.
The amount of time we've spent on this trip looking at old things and being existential is comedic.
I don't find it funny. Just enlightening.
You are going to be the death of me.
I'll have to be a ghost to do that. By the way, don't count that out.
Well, at least this room is a bit more tame.
What kind of things do you think were bought with these coins?
Food.
And
More food.
you're no fun.
You know, I'm having a hard time realizing when to be happy and when to be depressed.
Don't focus on it. Just feel. You know what I love about walking through London?
What's that?
It feels safe, unlike back home. And it's actually walkable. Hell, this place is so cool. You could walk through Soho. They'd have a gay bar, and across the street you could buy a dildo.
We should have went inside both of them.
We got other things to look at. For example, ta-da!
It's weird walking around. I know London is known for this and that, but being here, everything is so old, the landmarks blend in.
That they do, my friend.
Although my feet are sore from all the cobblestone.
Probably the most you walked in your life. I wish I could have done something as historic as this.
I suppose every moment is historic.
Now you're learning.
I mean, look, we are witnessing history right now. That's the cue to see the Queen. You were there, one of the few Americans to see the queue in person, be in London during this part of history.
Crazy how so many care about someone they never met. Will be known through history.
Maybe the world doesn't know you, but your friends, family will always remember you, because in a way, you are our world.
Cheesy. We should get in line.
Yeah, knock yourself out.
Honestly, though, might have been fun to live here.
We did. For a few days, we got to live in London.
Every once in a while, I'd fly with my great-grandma, and every time she'd tell me how amazed she was at planes.
It really is crazy to see what humans can do. Although, I am curious, why didn't you take all this money and fly somewhere for better treatment?
I'm beyond saving. Even if I did, what's another few weeks anyway? Think this is a better use of my time.
I'm surprised you didn't take anyone else.
Would have been too stressful. Last thing I need.
First thing I'm doing is taking a nap.
That's fine. I'll take a shower or something.
Can't imagine how she feels. Some days we wished it all went by quicker. Now I can feel every second waiting. Like I'm falling and never seem to hit the ground. Not that I want to hit, just that I hate feeling like this, knowing there's nothing I can do. No, how could we sleep? Impending doom is something I've always felt, but this is the first time something bad has happened. Spent so much time getting ready for it. Now that it's here, feels like I don't even train at all.
I want a skinny dip in the ocean.
Good luck with that.
I was born naked. I should be able to die naked.
Well, I suppose so.
Maybe the ocean can take me as food for a shark. That way no one has to pay to... Oh, guess I never thought about if I wanted to be buried or cremated.
Well, now that we are on the topic, what do you want?
I don't care. Whatever is convenient for everyone. Preferable my body in the ocean. I'm claustrophobic, so I guess there's no good answer.
It's not gonna matter.
Hell no, so choose wisely for me. Ooh, sell me to science and put me in a museum. There you go.
Got your heart set on that?
No, stick me in the ocean.
Okay. We sat on the balcony watching the sunset when she looked at me.
You'll never hear me say this again, but I miss high school.
She turned back to watch the sunset. I couldn't help but agree with her. What do you miss about it?
Come fun. I got to see all my favorite people every day, hang out. My biggest responsibility was doing math homework, and my biggest problem was finding a girlfriend. Something nostalgic about it.
You know, I miss feeling that the possibilities my life could take after high school were endless. No need to think about the future, just that it was bright.
Yeah, I guess that too. What'd I do to go back and tell my younger self things?
What would you say?
Love today. Tomorrow's not coming.
Think it would have helped?
Couldn't have made things worse. Isn't life weird?
How so?
Our very existence. Think about it. Everything in the universe had to be just right for us to exist. But not perfect enough to protect us from disease, war, natural disasters. Had one thing been slightly off, we wouldn't exist. And yet, here we are, talking about the very idea that one day we won't. Life is beautiful, terrifying, confusing. Day after day, we keep going as if our time is infinite. But just like everything in the universe, it's finite.
That means you're a miracle.
I guess.
You know, you understand the universe better than most. That's a gift.
In what way?
Because it helped you understand life. Your time is ending, but if life was a game, you beat it. I had a hard time sleeping that night because I took a nap earlier. Sam had been out for a while. I couldn't stop thinking about Jamie. She used to be my best friend, my partner. I miss her a lot. What happened? Was it me? Was it her? Or was it never meant to be? Not long after I drifted off to sleep without realizing, I had a dream that we were still together. We hung out like we used to. A nice, warm summer night, with the world in the palm of our hands, just like when we were younger. I told her that I missed us. She looked at me confused. She said, "I never went anywhere." And she saw my concern. You know, as cliche as it is, a thing isn't beautiful because it lasts. Look, all things come to an end, even the good things. It doesn't have to be that way. When one adventure ends, a new one begins. We had a good run. Now it's time for something new. Wait. I will always love you. I held her one last time before the sun went down and everything went black. I woke up. It was the middle of the night. She was sleeping. Maybe it wasn't the closure I wanted, but instead the one I needed. Jamie was in my dream last night.
Oh, yeah? How'd that go?
Good. I got the closure I needed.
Oh, good.
What about you? Did you dream?
Nightmares are all I can get these days.
Any good ones?
Did you just ask me if I had any good nightmares recently?
Yeah.
No. As a matter of fact, I have not.
Hey, I thought about turning one of my nightmares into a movie once. Could work.
No one wants to see what's inside my head. I barely do.
I don't know. I mean, I'm curious.
I had a dream that when I died, they put me in a casket and lowered me down. But I could hear everything still. I was 6 feet under for all of eternity, with nothing but my own thoughts for comfort.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want to go get breakfast?
Sure. You ever been to Hawaii before?
No, not a big fan of beaches or islands.
Well, better make the most of it while we're here.
You know, my great grandma would make a bomb biscuits and gravy.
Oh, yeah?
She passed away many years ago, but man, did I look forward to that breakfast every time we went to visit.
I thought you didn't like biscuits and gravy.
I don't. Whatever she did to make it great, the world may never know. Definitely a meal I wish I could have had one more time.
What if it wasn't as good as you remember it? Wouldn't you rather keep it as a memory instead of potentially ruining it?
Maybe, but thinking it was the best back in the day and not liking it now could both be true statements. Yes, it was great. Now it's not. Doesn't take away from before. At least it shouldn't.
Well, you were pretty young when she died, right?
Yeah.
So maybe think more fondly of the breakfast because you know you can't ever have it again. Make something like biscuits and gravy feel special.
Who's to know? All I'm saying is it sucks to have loved something so much and to completely hate it now.
'Tis his life.
We walked along the beach on our way to who knows where. I was minding my business when Sam stopped. I looked up. They took a deep breath. You okay?
I really thought I knew her.
Who?
I didn't tell you about her. Recently, I was talking to this girl for a while. She seemed fine for months, and then out of the blue,
Who do you think she was?
at the end of the day, my friend. I was into her, and had a suspicion she was into me too. But she didn't need a girlfriend. She needed a friend. A concept she didn't understand. Anyway, our friendship slowly faded away. Why did I let it fade? I feel so stupid.
You're still young. Young people make mistakes.
That doesn't make me feel better.
It should.
I wonder what she's up to these days. Not that it matters anymore.
Maybe it was for the best.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sure it was. Just wish it went differently. Sounds selfish, I know.
It's okay to want good things to happen to you. Nothing selfish about it. We rented some snorkel gear and headed into the ocean. I looked up to see the sky and told her something I never thought I'd confess to. You remember that time in high school for like a month or so where I was acting weird?
Yeah, what was that all about?
I was talking to a guy.
What guy? Oh. Wow, really?
I really liked him too.
What happened?
I was scared no one was gonna be happy with me if I brought a guy home.
What gave you that impression?
Unsure, but I wish I had not been so scared because it was one of the few moments in my life where I felt like me. Just having a crush on this guy. Euphoric.
Well, maybe next time. Wish she would have told me sooner. As your best friend, you knew I'd be more than fine with that.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you now. Guess that counts for something.
You know, this would be a good time to die. Already in the ocean, you wouldn't have to do a thing.
I'm not done with you. Not yet. We sat on the beach, looking at the ocean. It was calm.
You remember Jerry?
How could I forget?
Something I never told you or anyone. A few weeks before he committed suicide, we got in a fight. We got off the bus and he kept tugging on my backpack. We were freshmen and I'd spent the last several years fighting off bullies by myself.
What'd you do?
I punched him in the face. I'll never forget his face. Disbelief. I was so wrapped up in anger, I couldn't tell the difference between a bully and a friend who was just playing around with me.
It's not your fault what happened. You knew they had other troubles.
He thought I was his friend and I punched him in the face. The last thing he needed was that.
You didn't know.
I never got to say I'm sorry. I've been waiting to apologize to a dead man for 7 years now. I can't take it no more. Look, I know we were young. No one is going to blame a bunch of 14-year-olds for what happened. But you remember the day?
An indescribable feeling. Never has a school been so quiet.
The older I get, the worse it feels. When you're 14, you feel relatively old enough. The older I get, the more I realize we were just children. Each year, what happened gets more and more terrifying. I pray there's an afterlife for no other reason than to finally be able to say I'm sorry. The upperclassmen? I think she's the reason I haven't had sex since I was 14.
Well, why did you have sex with her?
I felt like if I didn't have sex with her, she would break up with me. And I don't think I was being paranoid about that. I genuinely think that that's what would have happened. I should have told her I didn't want to, that I wasn't ready. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I had just met her. I was just a kid. We were just kids. It's not her fault. How was she supposed to know if I didn't tell her?
That doesn't mean it wasn't traumatizing for you.
Sometimes I feel like I'm screaming at my younger self, hoping and wishing she could hear me. That she'll make a different choice than I did. As always, the screams go to no avail. Maybe it was a good thing that happened to me. That the universe was teaching me something.
Like what?
It doesn't matter.
You're dying anyway. Might as well get it all out.
I don't want to talk about it. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong.
You can't be wrong about something you learned.
I wonder if I'd be more of a functional human being if that didn't happen.
You are functional. You're fine just the way you are.
Sometimes it doesn't feel that way.
I'm sorry.
Although, oddly enough, I wish I could have had that connection with someone again. What was the first moment you experienced that was perfect?
My first kiss.
Really?
Yeah. I can't explain it, but perfect is a good attempt to. It felt like the world had stopped and just for a moment everything was perfect. It's a shame it ended up being wasted on a bad person. It's bittersweet, but I wish I could have held on to those moments a little longer. What about you? Have a perfect moment?
No, not one off the top of my head.
Nothing at all?
No, maybe today in the ocean. Not perfect, but probably the closest I'll ever get.
Well, we have a few months to give you a perfect moment.
Yeah.
Why'd you say it like that? You're not planning on leaving this island, are you?
I lied. I don't have a few months left. I only had a few weeks left. Which means I'll probably be gone before you leave to Mexico.
I'm not going to Mexico without you.
Already booked. You'll probably need time to yourself to debrief before going home.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing. Remember? Perfect, just the way I am.
Why wouldn't you tell me that?
Didn't want you to worry. I guess you caught on anyway.
That's 2 days from now. You're telling me there's a high chance you won't be here 2 days from now?
Yeah.
You should have told me so I could prepare for this.
No amount of preparing could have helped. It is what it is.
Does everyone else know? Friends? Family?
Yes.
And they were all okay with you just leaving to the beach?
They didn't really have a choice. But yeah. Well, we should probably head to bed.
What? No, we need to talk about this.
What are we going to talk about, Ben?
Well, this.
What is done is done. Our fate has been sealed. Good night. You know, way back before I met you, mind you, this was in elementary school. At recess, we'd bring like our newest toys and look at the new cool stuff we got.
You're dying and you want to talk about a toy black market?
It wasn't a black market. We didn't sell or trade anything. Just talked about the new toys we got, played with them. Brought us lots of joy. I don't know. It was cool. I guess I just miss the simple parts of life. Being a child. Funny how something like that sticks with you. My friend who works for the school now says they still do that. Funny. Unaware of the people who came before. No clue who will come after. The tradition started somewhere and no one remembers how, yet it still continues. One of the few consistent things in life. But I suppose one day, even that will come to an end.
I remember when I was younger, my brother and I would share a room. We both had one, but we always switched to what room we were in. Just talk about our day. We were pretty close. Eventually we got too big to share a bed and had to split up. A few months ago, he was talking to my grandparents about adult things. Don't even remember what they were talking about. Mom was on drugs and dad was an alcoholic back in the day. We lost our childhood. So, there I was, crying in the kitchen, listening to them talk. What happened? Where'd the time go? He was just a baby a minute ago. Didn't even know how to talk, and now he's an adult in the other room, talking about his plans after high school. Just like that. All that precious time. Gone. I can't get it back.
What's a moment in your life that, when you look back on, it's almost like a fever dream?
When I worked retail. You?
When my ex came and lived with me for a few months.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was whack.
Bro, you don't even know. I still can't comprehend how that happened. I actually don't want to talk about it, but that's what came to mind. That was wild. My ex smooching on her new boyfriend in my house.
Yeah.
I mean, it was never a problem. I loved her too much. I remember one night she couldn't sleep and she came into my room and fell asleep in my bed. I slept in my chair all night. Well, I didn't really sleep, but you know. I know everyone gives me shit about the whole thing, but her and I were connected in ways I don't know how to describe. It was more than sexual or romantic or platonic. something else entirely. Pure, unfiltered love. Took me years to fall out of love with her. Years. Somehow I felt like I could still make it work. Never wanted to make something work so bad.
Did you get to see her one last time?
No, one of the few I couldn't get a hold of.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. I have a jacket that still smells like her. After we broke up, I never washed it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's such a nice day. Reminds me of senior year. John and I would leave school and go drive around, get sodas, and because I worked at the theater, got to see movies for free. And then after, we would just drive and drive. I've never felt so free.
Don't think I ever had the pleasure of meeting John.
No, I don't think so, but he's a good friend of mine. You would have liked him.
You want to hear an embarrassing story?
Sure.
You remember that girl I took to prom?
Yeah?
Okay, so, unknown to everyone, I had a huge crush on her.
Didn't you guys just go as friends?
I'm getting there. Now, I was really into her and was scrambling to find a prom date because my girlfriend and I had just broken up a month before. So I asked her because she's a good friend of mine and was the first person I could think of to take. Anyway, she said yes. Kinda a sucky night because I kept getting panic attacks and anxiety. Anyway, a few years later, she tells me that she had a crush on me during that time.
Oh, dang.
I had a crush on her, she had a crush on me at the exact same time. I even took her to prom.
So what you're telling me is you're dumb.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, I never did go to senior prom after that.
You know, when I was in college, Isabella actually was going to the same school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we would often walk around downtown and hang out. She really did help me kind of enjoy the moment, looking around and notice all the cool things around. I think I remember that so much because right after that, COVID hit.
Oh, yeah. What was it like going to college in real life?
It was nice. Made new friends, finally got to curate the skills I've wanted to. For the first time in my life, I felt independent. Shame it was so short-lived. Think of all the memories I'd have had things gone different.
You can, but you can't change the past. We spent so much time on the wrong things when we don't have the time to spare. We spend a third of our life sleeping, another third working, basically. Only 1/3 of our life is actually ours. You have to promise me you'll actively spend that time creating the life you want, not just talking about it.
I promise, I do.
That's what you say, but...
No, I do. I know what you mean. I guess when you put it like that, makes it easier to do what needs to be done.
You'll have a good life. I know you will. All I wish is that I could have been there to see it. See you buy a house, start your career, get married, have kids. Shame I get to miss out on all of that.
You'll be there. You'll always be there. But who knows? Maybe that life isn't for me anyway.
What do you mean?
My family life up till now has been so messed up. I'd be stressed to make sure my kids had a good life, a better childhood than mine. And as far as picking a partner for life, I mean, it just feels so stressful to pick the right person. No messing up, especially now. I thought I'd have it all figured out.
You're too young to have it all figured out. I think we've both realized that this week. But don't sell yourself short. Everything can change in a moment. Gotta stay positive on the things you want.
Well, what if I don't know what I want?
Well, maybe not this very second, but it'll come to you. You know what sucks?
What's that?
My dog died a few months ago. Miss her. I'd love to see her again. She made me happy when nothing else did. In truth, I think a part of me died that day too. Practically a shell of a person now.
Still seem the same to me.
Well, that's good, I guess.
Did I tell you I lost my older brother?
No? How?
Drugs.
Yeah, that'll do it.
He was on it for a while. I'm surprised it didn't take him sooner. It's a shame.
When was the last time you saw him?
He was in town in a complete mess. Showed up at my place. I think he just needed someone to talk to for a few hours. It was late, so he stayed the night and was gone early the next morning. But while he was there, I could feel his want to be better, health-wise and as a person. I did my best to give advice, but ultimately, he had to help himself. No one could do it for him. Guess he never got the chance.
Some people are just lost causes the moment they're born. Sad, but it is what it is. Some people can't be helped.
Shame, really. For a second, it seemed like maybe he'd pull through.
I suppose there are no such things as happy endings.
Guess it just depends where you end the story.
Yeah, that helps.
Think he'll make it through the night?
Yeah, I think so.
I was beginning to think you weren't gonna wake up. Was gonna go check your pulse again.
Still here.
You know, when I was younger, my parents never let me pick what color to paint my room. When I was in college, I cleaned out, my room to make it look more like me. An adult version of me, really. I painted my room lavender. It was the first time in my life that I think I felt comfortable. It was enough to tell it was my room without being messy or overbearing. It was nice for the summer before heading back to college. I was in my dorm for one day before I got a phone call from my father telling me the whole town was on fire. My home, my safe haven was that room. I haven't felt 100% comfortable since then.
Well, here's hoping one day you can feel that level of comfort sooner rather than later.
My dad died in that fire. One of the few who did. Obviously, Mom was out of the picture and my brother was at his friend's house. I don't know if I can say I have a lot of good memories with him, but I have enough. As time goes on, they fade a little bit. Their face, voice. I'm worried it'll be the same with you.
When my grandparents died relatively soon after each other, less than a year, it was rough. First Grandma went. Grandpa was too old, had to take care of him for a bit. Learned that nothing prepares you for life. The ups and downs. Yes, it probably will feel the same with me gone, and there's nothing I can do or say to you to make it better. But you're a man now. Look back on this time fondly. But don't look for too long. You got the road ahead of you to focus on. If there's one thing I want you to focus on and learn from this, is how to fully embrace the present with no focus on anything other than that. That's what I hope you get out of this anyway. Learn to love the little things, and if it isn't important, don't worry about it.
It's a big ask.
I believe in you.
We sat on the beach all day. Occasionally we said something. I desperately was trying to think of things to ask. Soon it'd be too late, and all I could think about is tying our friendship in a bow. Funny how it's the present, but one day, starting tomorrow, I can look back on it. Memory might just be the best and sometimes painful gift given to mankind.
Sometimes I get the realization that soon this moment is gonna be over. Back when I had a roommate, we went to the beach. She was sunbathing. I looked over to her and said, "It's a good day. It's a shame it's almost over." She asked, "Why are you so negative?" I pondered that for a moment and said, "I don't think that was really a negative remark, but I suppose it was a bit of a mood killer. Perhaps it's a good reminder to enjoy every moment." She responded, "That's randomly sentimental." And I said, "No matter what happens, remember, I love you. I'll always love you." A few months later, we had a falling out. Seems like the universe was communicating with me. Do you think she ever thinks about me?
Maybe.
Do you think she'll mourn me when I'm gone?
Do you want her to?
I'm not sure. Maybe I should write a letter just in case. Say the things I never did.
It's not too late to reach out to her.
No, she might get mad at me. Needs to be a one-sided conversation. It's the only chance I have of her listening to me.
Do you ever think you learned the wrong lessons from that?
No good lesson is ever wrong. I learned what I was capable of learning. Nothing more. I'm scared.
Me too.
What if there's nothing after? What if this is a hit? Fuck. Ben, help me.
I can't.
Too scared to die. I never really lived, but I will say, being with you, meeting the people I have, you guys have made life worth it. One look at you, and I'm not so scared anymore. What an amazing thing I got to experience, and I got to do it with you.
I'm sorry I wasn't a better friend.
Better? You were my best.
Think you'll make it through the night?
I don't think so. Not tonight.
Who do you want me to call first?
No one. They already think I'm dead.
Do anything to make you feel more comfortable?
No. I'm good. You should get some rest. You have a big day tomorrow.
I'm not sleeping, and I'm afraid you probably won't either.
Okay, fine. Stay up with me.
We stayed up all night looking at old videos we took in high school, trying to relive those highs one last time.
And I'm feeling pretty tired.
That's okay. You can rest. I'll be here.
I love you.
I love you too. It was 3 in the morning. I dragged her body to the beach. I stole a surfboard on the beach and placed her body on it. I swam out with her as far as I felt like I could go without getting caught and gave her a good push. I watched the ocean take her and the board far out, and eventually the ocean took her, just as she asked. I swam back to shore and gathered my things, checked out, and headed for the airport.
Get nervous on planes too?
Huh? Oh, yeah, well, long flight.
I was wondering if you wanted to go see some Mayan ruins with me when we get to Mexico.
Oh, wow. Well, I suppose I should, but aren't you worried I'm some weird guy? For all I know, you're weird.
I suppose I am weird. I love hanging out with random strangers when I go on vacation.
Oh, so you do this often?
Alive to tell the tale.
Huh. I could probably learn a few things from you.
Yeah? What's that?
How to be spontaneous.
It's easy. You just do.
Don't you ever worry about picking the wrong stranger?
No offense, but you don't look very threatening.
I could be crazy.
No, I don't think so.
So what's the plan?
We gotta take a boat, then a bus to get to the ruins.
Sounds like an adventure.
Quite the view, huh?
Looks so calm.
So tell me about yourself.
No, you go first. I bet you're far more interesting.
I don't know about that.
No, please, you'd be doing me a favor.
That so?
Guess I'm here to learn how to live in the moment. I suppose that consists of listening to strangers.
Alright. Well, I'm from California. I went to college and studied chemistry. I actually have been looking into chemistry jobs along the West Coast.
It's weird to think about life without oneself. The trees still blow in the wind. People still walk around. The world moves on, all with one less person. I suppose when life couldn't surprise me anymore, it does just that.
What about you? Who are you?
Just a guy trying to escape the mundane nature of life.
Well, looks like you succeeded.
Yeah, it does appear that way, doesn't it? I don't know. This all feels weird. New company just when I needed it the most.
Nothing weird about that. Just the right time at the right place.
For a minute, it felt like the opposite.
What's troubling you?
Oh, nothing. Just processing a lot.
I hear ya. You know, before I booked this trip, I just got out of a long-term relationship.
Funny. Me too.
What was she like?
Wonderful. My best friend. It's okay. I've learned that it was for the best anyway. What about you?
He was a cheating bastard.
Oh. Well, I suppose I got lucky then.
That you did.
Sorry to hear that. You don't look like someone who deserves the short end of the stick.
Oh gosh, you're awkward. But thanks.
Hey, it's part of my charm.
Yeah.
When I get home, I think I'm gonna pack all my things and move to Portland, Oregon. Start a new adventure.
Hey, that's where I live.
No shit.
Wow, looks like maybe the stars are shining. I guess things in life do work out.
Just depends on where you end the story.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting way to put it. You know, the past can tell us a lot about the future.
That so?
I know people in the US like to think everyone is unique and special, but we're all just the same bundle of molecules. We're the same as the people before us and the people that'll come after. We're bound to make the same mistakes for all of eternity.
You seem so sure. Hope is the beating heart of humans. To have hope that things can change, be better. Sometimes it's all we have.
And if hope fails?
No, hope doesn't run out. People die, we move on. There's a constant stream of hope because we need it. Without it, the odds of things getting better are zero.
And hope really makes that much of a difference?
Between 0 and 0.1% of a chance, I'll take what I can get. Don't be so cynical. Like you said, everything works out in the end.
Do you think when they built these, they knew what they could become?
Maybe. I know that most things I do, I don't think about that. But one day I'd like to have done something this impactful. Most people do.
But they didn't do anything impactful. They just built.
Well, what a cool thing to build. Sam would have loved to have seen this.
Who's Sam?
A friend of mine.
You should bring them here next time.
They're with me. Always. Thanks for taking me to the airport. I've had a good time with you.
Call me next week, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
How'd it go?
Well, it came and it went.
Yeah.
Maybe not the most enjoyable, but important. Sorry, I'm just emotionally drained. I'm fine though. I'll be okay. Hello?
I've been trying to reach you.
I was out of town.
Brian told me you needed a roommate.
Yeah, I was hoping to move to Portland.
I mean, I'd be interested. My lease is almost up.
Oh, great. Yeah, why don't we do that?
Awesome. I'll come over later and we can start looking at places.
Sweet.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye. This will be my last session with you. I'm moving this week.
That's exciting.
Yeah, should be. I'm hopeful.
How'd your trip go?
Good. Best case scenario, right? Just kind of taking it all in and learning what I needed to. It's hard, but I've been given the skills I need to get through it.
That's good. These things take time. It will stay with you forever. Some days you'll feel fine, and then the next day will be a nightmare.
Are you religious?
Can't say that I am.
They were so scared. I'm scared not knowing what's on the other side. How can we go from something to nothing? I suppose it's not hard to imagine as we used to be nothing. People use heaven as a security blanket, a defense mechanism, an excuse to not live life to its fullest potential.
Would you say you're living life to the fullest potential?
No, but I will be.
What's wrong with starting right now?
Nothing. I just have to figure out what life's fullest potential is.
How was the trip?
Good. When I forgot why we were there. Otherwise, quite the nightmare. It's really unspeakable. I'm still processing the whole thing.
How were they?
They seem content for the most part, but there were moments.
Moments?
Yeah.
You remember when we met?
You ask like I could forget. How could I, of all people, forget?
I just moved here. You were my first friend, my best friend. I don't want that to change.
Some people you just look at and know they're gonna be important in your life. Doesn't happen often, but you were one of them.
Yeah, but do you remember what you said?
You were sad that you had to move. I said, what happens in your life isn't the important part. What is important is what you do about it.
So, did you get out of the trip what the universe wanted you to?
Yeah, I think so.
Just because we aren't dating doesn't mean we aren't still best of friends.
I know that.
You know, maybe one.
No, stop. Don't do that. I'm fine. I'll be okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. I do have one question though. Why do you break up with me?
So focus on the past that you never wanted to build a future with me.
Yeah. Guess I learned that lesson a few weeks too late. Bummer.
What have you been up to other than Sam?
Well, moving soon. Talking to this girl that I met in Mexico. Yeah, things have been weird this last while.
Oh. That's good.
Yeah, what about you?
Oh, same as usual.
Gone is the slate's white gleam. Darling, I can feel your ghost.
Hey. I do love you. I always will.
I love you too.
We moved into our new apartment, got new jobs, and settled in. Learned how to adjust to the new lifestyle. I've been seeing that girl I met in Mexico. Overall, things are going pretty well. Year after year, I think about that trip. Somehow, simultaneously, the best and worst thing to happen to me. I haven't been to any of those places since. Don't plan to. I'll leave the memories there. Sometimes I'll think back on them, but not for too long. I suppose the trick all along was balance. Balance is what I lacked. Balance is what Sam gave me. I'll always miss them and wish they could have seen the life I lived, but like I said before, the universe talks to me, tells me everything is gonna be okay. It tells me they're watching. I know they're proud of me, and one day, I hope I get to see her again.
I've been sitting on this sidewalk in the shadow of a bar's last light.